I want to just say a couple words about humility. You'll find it all through the Scriptures. Not always using the word humility, but some form of not feeling haughty, superior, prideful, and all of these things. In the Old Testament, they traveled through the wilderness for 40 years because they wouldn't humble themselves. God didn't give them the spiritual ability to humble themselves, which only shows that if you don't have God's Spirit, you can't do anything spiritual. You just can't. You just follow the dictates of your lust. And all of those were built in at creation. So those things operate according to laws. God doesn't have to force people to become criminals, for example. He doesn't make people say, well, everything's of God. Yes, it is. The whole creation is of God. And He made mankind spiritually weak, so that when he encounters temptation, he sins. God doesn't make them sin. They volunteer. Where Jesus Christ said, take my yoke, but I don't want to emphasize the yoke part today. He said, why? He said, because I am meek. In the Greek, that means humble. And lowly. In the Greek, that means humble in heart. The creator of the universe was humble. Because He was made a man. When He's given back His splendor, He doesn't necessarily have to be humble anymore. But He is humble. So if we can't be humble, what is our excuse? That we are haughty and prideful and all of these things. If you're haughty and prideful, you're going to fall. You can't make it in the spiritual world with a haughty attitude. It just won't fly. And God won't bless you. It just won't fly. You've got to be humble. How do you get humble? You read the Scriptures. You look at yourself. You pray. You ask for wisdom. God will show you. You have nothing to be haughty about. Even if you have some great talent, or beauty, or strength, or ability, it's a gift of God. How can you take credit for that? Isn't it amazing how people are born with a silver spoon in their mouth, and they drive around in their new Corvette like they're somebody? They didn't earn that money. They think they're better than some guy who's working on the power line, or working down in the store, or hanging onto a garbage truck, whatever low job, blue collar, they're trying to look down their nose. Wait a minute, that guy's working hard for a living. You didn't work at all for that car, and you think you're better than him? Are you crazy? Well, yeah, they're crazy. Paul says, what do you have except God gave it to you? Right? What do you have except you received it of God? And he says, if you received it of God, why do you boast as though it's of you? You think about these things, and it will humble you. A lot of people say, boy, I wish I knew what you know about the Bible. Oh, boy, you're great. You just know God. How do you learn all this stuff? I know people who are so puffed up over what they think they know about the Bible. I mean, reeking with vanity and pride. I'll tell you that God is my judge. I am humbled by how much I don't know about the Bible. And that's the God's truth. We have nothing to be haughty about. Jesus Christ was humble and meek. And He could raise the dead anytime He wanted to. So, well, we have to go around this little lake here, Lord. No, we don't. We walk straight across the middle. We're running out of food. What do you mean? We only have 2 fish. That's enough for about 5,000, I reckon. That's power. And He was humble. He was humble. If you read the Scriptures and you look at yourself and you pray for wisdom, God will show you. He will not disappoint that prayer. You will not pray to God to show you your humility, your nothingness, that He'll say, no, I'm not going to answer that prayer. He'll answer that prayer. If you really want to know who and what you are, to show you. And then when you have that humble attitude, then you'll be teachable. He'll be able to teach you. You'll be ready and you'll be willing. Okay, that's all I need to say about humility. But it's paramount. Haughtiness goes before a fall, it says in Proverbs. James said, humble yourself in the sight of God, and He will lift you up.